Hello, this is Jen's Appalachian Den. I wanted to share with you guys this table that we bought from the auction, and we actually bid on another piece and didn't realize we got this table, so we broke it down, halved it with the other piece we got, and we only have about $2.50 in it. So with that said, I told my husband, I do not need this table. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I considered donating it to my local thrift shop. However, I decided I was going to make it into my art table because I've been into art lately, so I wanted to start some art projects, and this works out perfectly for me to store all of my art supplies in. So what I did first was I took a hand sander and lightly sanded the top, getting off of that clear coat that you would see. And by the way, this is oak wood. So most people don't like to paint over oak wood, but you can paint over oak wood. It's perfectly fine. So I'm going to sand this down until I get that top layer off, and then we'll get to the next step. I had to make sure that I lightly sanded over the sides, the tops. I took the doors off and sanded over them as well. The next thing you're going to do when you get it sanded is you're going to take a wet cloth and wipe all of that dust off, because you don't want any of that on there when you get ready to prime and paint it. So just wipe it down really good and go over it a second time if you need to, and then let that dry. I picked up this quart of paint from the Home Depot. It is a paint and primer in one, and I got a really thick brush so that I could put a layer over it, but I'm also going to do 2 coats on it, and then I'll use a sponge brush or sponge roller for my second coat, because you want to make sure you coat it well. So let it dry really good in between, and you can see if there are any colors, discolorations, any darker lines coming through your paint, and if so, you need to put an extra coat on it if you see that. Okay, here is 1 coat of paint. I have this part of it finished, so I'm going to let that dry, and then I'll put another coat over. Now, if you look closely at this part, you can tell where there's some dark spots in there. That lets you know you need to put an extra coat of paint. So anytime you see that, or if you see the oak color coming through, I had to sand some extra parts in it too. After I put a couple coats on the doors, I started with my shelf liner. This is what I got from the Dollar Tree. It is a black rose designed shelf liner that I'm going to put on the top. And you just have to cut it and smooth it out with something, and it sticks pretty well. If you want to, you could put an extra layer of adhesive under it to make sure that it stays really well, but I thought I'm just going to stick it on there, because if I ever want to change it, I can just pull it right off and put a different design on there. And then I put some new hardware on my doors. I bought black color, and I bought some of these little felt pads so that the doors don't slam against the wood and cause it to chip. Then I saw these vinyl window clings at the Dollar Tree. They were in the Easter section, and I thought those would look really, really cute on my doors. So that's what I'm gonna do with them. I'm going to put some maybe Mod Podge on there so I can get them to stick, because these clings will not stick, so you have to have some sort of an adhesive to get them on there. But this is the completed art table, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. See you next time. Bye.